Hey, everyone, how is everyone doing on this Monday, March 23rd, 2026? How is your week going? Did you party too much? March Madness? I was actually fucking too much out there. That March Madness, the basketball marathon, it didn't help me, honestly. And uh, yeah, I would say what's new, right? It's like college kids watching like fucking college basketball. All right. That's what we call here in America March Madness. In any case, so what's new? I'm sorry if I maybe yell at people. They were just too fucking mad. I went to Zeppelin Hall to meet some friends. And it was just too many people, and it was just like a fucking shit show afterwards. And it just like I'm so sorry. But um, I know I say that, and then some shit happens. All right, I'm sorry. Apologize. All right, so that's my housekeeping. And again, I've been thinking about just closing shutting down my fucking podcast. Nobody listens, anyways, right? I used to get like 20 views. Now I get like three. All right. So it's like just me talking to myself, literally. All right. Literally. And I don't know. I also, obviously, and many of you do too, don't like fucking Mondays, and it just, I like every fucking time Monday morning comes, and I know there'll be like emails, and somebody's gonna blame me for something, I'm talking about work, right? What are my drawings? Why didn't you do this? Like all that shit, right? And many of them actually not even related to what to me. And then everybody's so worked up, and when you come to my age and you have to deal with, like people like that and clients and, whatever, I try to keep my cool, but it's, sometimes I can't just do it, you know, but at the same time, I can't lose my shit. This industry, is sort of hectic and stressful, private construction in New York, and you are the engineer, and they will blame you for everything, right? Uh, and then fucking people not paying you, that's the other fucking hassle, right? All right, everyone. Without starting this with a negative, vibe, and then on top of that, we have this fucking war going on. That's also like psychologically affects us, everybody. And I guess for us Americans, and and coming from a place where I was here for what happened in 9/11 right after, and this feels like another fucking war we are getting into, and nobody wants a fucking war. Nobody wants chaos in this fucking world. Uh, Trump was supposed to actually end the fucking Ukraine war, and he started this other fucking war. right? Um, and my wife is supposed to go to northern Pakistan because of her niece is getting married, and she's the only aunt, and I mean she can travel. That's not an issue, but still, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? What if they shut down? Another fucking disaster happens, right? They shut down the airports, and then she's stuck there. All right. So those are kind of things that actually affect us directly. And then my engineer, he's also my cousin, and he can apply for his family's visas because of this. Uh, it's a disaster. you know. Well, hopefully it will end soon, and things will be more peaceful. And this also affects like everything, and especially us, coming from those countries. I mean, I've been here for 24 years. I really didn't care too much, although the impact was there indirectly. You could feel it. Oh, you are from Pakistan. Oh, just like you could feel the fucking, indirect, that sort of like discrimination, right? But pretty much, I didn't give a fuck. In any case, I don't want to fucking talk about it, but I'm saying that, and then you're out there until like late, and what do you think is going to happen, man? All these, we just need more fucking peace in our lives everywhere in the whole fucking world. The whole fucking galaxy. Um, I'm not trying to blame my own fucking, off the vegan bullshit on the wars and everything, but just it's just impacts you. And and what is the effect that's actually, like staying out there late, it just basically me. And then if it affects mine, and also affects my wife, she's obviously, and I got to basically, I really have to, I can't do that. All right. Um, so I got to basically end the night early. All right. Yes. Just go out, have fun, and then just fucking end the fucking night early. All right. Uh, Springtime is here. My wife went down to a couple of events and I couldn't even go. One event I was supposed to go with her, I just, I don't know. Just life is, I don't want to say complicated, but life can be complicated. You can't just fucking have chaos, you know. And pretty much that's what I have lived, like, okay, going out maybe one night, 2 nights, 3 nights when my wife wasn't here, or even before getting married, and that was the fucking whole thing, right? Although after COVID, I took a fucking break. I wasn't even fucking going out, except when I was out with my sister or for dinner or something. I don't know. It just, life here is sort of individualistic, and then, and it's just not easy. Life here is not easy. And all the time, all the fucking time I think about all these factors. And then, I was talking to, actually, I went to the store, not the store, restaurant at the end of our block, right? Just to like meet with the manager guy. I don't know, he lives downstairs. And then I was talking to some locals who actually live here. And then the whole discussion about my fucking apartment, what's happening, blah, 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 and this is also like gives me a fucking headache, you know? So all these negative things are already, piled up in your fucking head. And then the fucking March Madness, right? And the fucking Zeppelin Hall, they charged me $100 in addition to, the beers I paid for. So I have to now go in there and basically reverse that fucking charge, you know. All right, everyone. I don't want to like reminisce and like turn this podcast into, my chaotic fucking, Saturday night extravagance. All right. But all I'm saying is just I can't do that. All right. Uh, all right, everyone. So that's my fucking weekend report. That's my fucking weekend report. SNL fucking. I don't like SNL. And apparently they have now SNL UK. I lost my fucking voice. You can hear it. I was yelling at people. And that's all. That's all. Other than that, it's the same story of my life. We gotta work on something for my wife to get some admission, what she wants to do. Um, yeah, it takes time. I get it, but I mean, she has to have her own, like at least to keep herself busy and what she want to pursue. And nothing is like easy. Like admission in universities these days is another fucking, like a whole process of getting your fucking degrees. And I'm still trying to get like if because my long term is to move to Florida, right? And I'm still trying to get the fucking my license in Florida engineering. And even for that I have to go back to my school, right? My university engineering, get the transcripts, all that. I'm like, dude, am I actually like going to do that? I don't know. It's, life isn't easy, but then you can't just like wrap up your fucking head around these negative things, all right? So you got to just take a lot of deep breaths. And honestly, like, I I I I sometimes think about just building a hut somewhere in the fucking Rockies or somewhere, right? Away from every human, all the humans. The human, like, I'm not saying that I'm running away from the fucking life. But sometimes you need that. It's like you just stay there and just like fucking do nothing and and let the universe come to you. Can't live in chaos. Can't live in chaos, especially when you're 53, man. All right. So that's I'm so sorry. I just, again, whoever's listening to my podcast, this probably would be my maybe, I don't know, second to last. I have a fucking idea. Unless I hit some jackpot and then I get views. I have a fucking, you know. So There is that is the summary of my life. All right. Is there anything positive in this fucking world, at least? Because I feel like this monotonous life is just like monotonous in a sense that monotonous is one thing, but then, on top of that, I feel like I'm running away. The stress of work and and that can actually take a toll. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to sound like a little bitch, but I am just saying that the industry I'm in, it's not an easy sector of fucking, work. Yes, there is, this is the bread and butter we have. This is what pays for everything. And I wish I had any other skills. I wish I had, investments and we could do it or whatever, or savings. But it's just very hard to look, even save. My wife, we have been trying, but just so many fucking expenses up here. It's unfucking believable. In this apartment, so much fucking money I'm paying for this. It's unfucking believable. Every month. And maybe, maybe I should have just gone the other way. Sometimes also I feel guilt, of course. Then, I feel bad for my wife that she's like, oh, what the fuck is this guy doing like 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, that one night, but still that was fucking one night. Because that's what I've been doing. Not like every other day but just that what, I don't know, just, you get my point. Weekends. That's what my life has been, and I think slowly I'm feeling the toll it takes on your brain and your well-being and everything. Because you don't realize when you are in the middle of that. Yeah, it's always fun to be out there with friends and it's like at some point in time, yes, I'm gonna just say that's it. But then what do? You meet in a coffee shop, just like most ladies do, right? Coffee shop, but in any case, doesn't matter. I mean, life, you gotta live life. It is what it is. This is what's the experience of being a human. Every person, whatever they are in this fucking corner, any corner of the fucking world, everybody has to live this fucking life. You know? And yeah, maybe I'm complaining too much, and I get worked up. I get it. Again, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just feel like beaten up by life. Just like whatever, just it's like psychological, and that's just has been, in addition to being a lunatic, in my life for the longest period. I didn't take any bold steps to like bring a big change or moving from here. Yeah, COVID. I think COVID was it. Was my fucking gateway key to the kingdom of fucking heaven. I should have just moved. And then yes, the chaos here is also right now, traffic and fucking so many people, and it just unfucking believable. All right. And again, I'm sorry. I just turned my podcast into this uh, sort of like whatever, you know, my, living life dilemma. Everybody has to go through, right? Of course, everybody has to go through. And and what are the changes I had to make? Changes. I mean, the big change is that we have to get the fuck out of this place. And and then also on the work side, because I complain, right? On the work side, you are stuck with these fucking projects and clients which are toxic, honestly. Some of them are toxic. And uh, and uh, but the problem is that you can't get the fuck out of them because you are the engineer, and you have your blueprints, and your stamp is on them, and just like, or sometimes I think you just say you should just fucking abandon the ship. You say, I'm so far, I just can't do this anymore. All right, you're gonna sue me, I don't care. All right. So those projects, and it just okay, all right, that's it, everyone, that's it. Okay, I'm not gonna like more bitch and complain too much. This is my podcast, okay? And I'm not trying to have a aha moment of, oh, okay, so this is what your life is, and this is what you're gonna do to bring like a overnight change. That doesn't happen. All right. Maybe I'm just overthinking things too much. I don't know. Whatever. So that's why you need to take a fucking break, because my breaks have been so unplanned. This Florida trip was unplanned, and I don't know if my wife can go to her niece's wedding. It's already, it's getting closer. This fucking chaotic fucking world. And then if not, then what's our next vacation? I mean, I don't know. We haven't even planned anything. You know, I'm not a big planner, but still, I should like say, what, I want to take this time off and go to this place. This is where I want to go. Maybe Rockies this year. We go to, right? Take my wife up there. I told her. But let's see. All right, everyone. I hope you guys do. I mean, everyone needs a fucking break from this life because the life is just, again, it can be just it's too much. All right. That's what I felt like after this whole March Madness and all that shit. When my friends told me, oh, they were going to fucking Zeppelin Ashes, and they went, oh, I'm gonna go to fucking Green Book, maybe have a couple of beers, and just go home. All right, that's it, everyone. So I think I overstated everything tonight. I have a feeling. But then who's listening anyway? So I'm the only one listening to my fucking self. All right. I'm not the biggest podcaster, of course. I'm just, I started this back in whenever, 2017 or whatever the fuck, right? Whenever the fuck. And I don't know. The two things I don't want to be a fucking asshole. I don't want to be too much like worked up. And I don't want to like, how some experiences in our life where we feel like left out and all that, or we feel, or we overstate ourselves and I don't want to be that person, you know, and I don't want to like have more fucking problems in my life than I already have. All right, that's it. That's the end of my podcast. I hope you all again are having a great, great beginning of this springtime, and and then hopefully we can play some fucking golf. That's all. I'll see you all next week.